Hi there, welcome to AnnEvolving. I'm so excited to come to you to talk with you about BodySlims. For those of you who are starting tomorrow, I know you must be so excited. I remember I had to wait for a session and I just was so excited when it was coming. And then I was also very nervous. I was nervous if it was gonna work for me. I was nervous if I was going to see results, all the things. So I'm right here with you. I understand how you might be feeling, and I just wanted to come to you really quickly. This is going to be a very slightly edited video because I want to get it out to you, and I'll apologize in advance. I do have a little bit of a cold, so it might sound a little pushed in the voice, but I will try to drink water and get through this, because I really do think it's important, and I didn't want to let the day go because it's a big deal that you're starting. And so anyway, I wanted to hop on and share with you some big tips, things that I would love to have spoken to me or in my mind when I started the program, in case it's helpful to you. He will tell you so many of these things, so it's not like you have to remember the things I say. Focus on him, focus on what he says, but I wanted to share some things that were pretty helpful to me looking back. And I remembered thinking, what do I do? What should I do? How can I be really ready? And even though it starts tomorrow, I think the first message that I remember telling myself was not to overwhelm myself, just to, take it one day at a time and learn what I needed to learn. And, you're going to start tomorrow and you may not have all the things that you think you want or need. I didn't have my kitchen scale yet. I didn't have I did have my tennis shoes, but I didn't have meal prep containers. I didn't have things like that because I really didn't know what to expect until he did his first lecture. So, I can help you with a few of those things, and you can also wait for him tomorrow. But, the biggest message here is don't overwhelm yourself. It's okay if you're not ready by tomorrow. Chances are you're going to be onboarding for a week, and that's okay. It's a huge learning curve, but just take it one moment at a time and try and incorporate some of the things he's telling you. Listen to the videos over and over, and bit by bit, you're going to start doing these things every day, and he'll guide you along every moment. Be sure and listen to his morning message and his, nighttime message. Those are helpful. They were just the little nuggets of encouragement that I really needed. And, if you just take advantage of all the different aspects of the program, it will help you. So that's kind of the overview, but I do want to give you some real specific things. The first thing is to truly commit to not giving up, not cutting corners, not letting your mind or your will get in the way of this project or this goal that you have. You signed up for the program, you paid $250. If you do well a week or two and then you have a bad week, don't give up. Weight loss is not consistent. One week you might see something on the scale and one week you might not. You may go for a couple of weeks where you don't. Maybe your body is busy burning fat stores. You just don't know. But trust the process. Don't I'm gonna try not to say don't. Remember to give yourself grace. Remember that you did not get this way in a week or two, so you can't expect to see these tremendous changes in a week or two. It's a 70-day program. It's 10 weeks because different things happen along the way, and he will kind of set you up for these things. It may or may not happen in a significant way for you, but just trust the process. Have faith in something that you can't see because you know that it's worked for other people. I'm here to tell you that it can work for you if you do what he says. And there's nothing weird you have to buy. There's nothing weird you have to do. There's no strange vitamins. There's no strange thing you have to do. It's basically just getting back to resetting the way you think about food and feeding yourself to make it 3 meals a day. And that truly is at the core what this is about. How to nourish yourself, feed yourself instead of just eating all the time. And so again, that's important. It's okay to be disappointed. Just don't cut yourself short and say, I'm just not doing it. It isn't gonna work for me. It will work for you. You just have to do the work. So it is simple, but it's not easy. It's very hard in those first moments and days to say, I'm gonna drink water. I'm going to, not eat right now. I'm not gonna snack. And that is a big deal. Get all of the food out of the house that is tempting to you. Get all of the drinks and alcohol, whatever it is that tempts you. For me, I loved to come home and have peanuts and wine, and some people, they have to have so many Diet Cokes a day, or whatever the thing is, just decide to remove it. He is a recovering alcoholic, Jared Moran, the BodySlims weight whisperer. And he says, alcohol isn't a problem as long as it's on the shelf. And food is the same way. When it's there staring you down, it gets very difficult, especially in these first few days. So eliminate that temptation and just remove it from the house. That's a big deal, and that will really help you. If you want to go ahead and order your kitchen scale, a pair of tennis shoes for walking or riding a bike, if you have a static bike or recumbent bike, if you need meal prep containers, if you don't have them, I would recommend you do that. It's also really good if you want to print out the calendar for 10 weeks, and then every day that you do the things you need to do, just put a big check there. I have a list, I'll put it down below, of the things that I bought. You can shop my shelf of the things that I bought, like the water bottles, or the, exercise skirt or top or shoes or tennis shoes, or the meal prep containers, all of those things. And I've purchased them over and over. So one of the big things I think is learning to eat 3 meals a day. As I mentioned, you'll eat a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you haven't downloaded my menu planner, menu guide from my website, AnnEvolving.com, it's AnnEvolving.com. I do have a little download there. It's free. If that helps you, he'll also give you all kinds of options. So I don't want you to feel like you have to do more, but if it's helpful, I want you to have a resource. And you can always come back to this and watch it again if you watch his video and say, now what did she say? What makes sense to me now? And there's several videos like that you might want to, preparing for BodySlims, or tips that I have, and how to remove obstacles, things like that I think are helpful. So this is just kind of a quick hopping on, because I know you start tomorrow, and I'm so excited, and I didn't want to let the moment pass without hopping on and saying I'm excited with you, and just give you a few of those tips so you didn't have to dig. It'll be right up here in my just launched videos. The other thing I would do with the calendar when you print it out is go ahead and block time on your calendar every day. You can do that on Outlook, or you can write it on your calendar, take a marker and highlight through what time of day it is that you want to exercise, what time it is you're going to eat. For me, I would buy groceries on the weekend, and I would meal prep a couple of hours on a Sunday, and just knowing that is my schedule, and everybody else in the family now knows it, it's a big deal. And if you schedule time out, if you force yourself to do something by scheduling it, whether it's a doctor's appointment or something for your kids or your pets or what have you, do that for yourself with this program. It is 10 weeks. You can do anything for 10 weeks, and just realize that it's every small little thing along the way that is going to add up to a really big result. So keeping a calendar is really helpful. The other thing that would be very helpful, I think, and I wish I did it the first time, and I didn't, and so I did it the second time, but things hit you differently at different times. So what I'm telling you now is use the Notes app on your phone, or buy a journal, something that you can write in and tear out the pages. I liked writing down things that he said that really clicked with me, or things that I wanted to remember. And there are a lot of them. He has a lot of good things that make a lot of sense, but it'll hit you differently at different times during the program. So you'll want to write those down so that you can reflect upon them, whether it's in a journal, notebook, or it's in the Notes app on your phone, so that you can reference it during the day if you're in a moment of weakness or just want to be encouraged. The other thing is to take time to appreciate the good things that you're doing. For example, if you bought your groceries, or you meal prepped, you had your water, or you really wanted a Diet Coke and instead you drank water, or you really wanted that scoop of ice cream and instead you had 6 strawberries. I know that sounds like you're cutting yourself short, but it's only for 10 weeks. And it's only, every time I did it, I was like, I just did that. And it felt so good. It's like, I don't know why showing up for yourself feels really good, but after you do it for 10 weeks, you feel like a completely new person. I'll also say, when you do have mealtime, think about the food you're eating. Enjoy the food you're eating. Chew it, savor it. You're going to be amazed at how good food tastes when you're really hungry and you're not just bored, or you're not just used to eating, or something that just isn't there and you're snacking on it. I think we think we're hungry, but probably we're thirsty. And I started noticing the difference between the two. So many different things. But if you sit there and say, using our ice cream and strawberry example, if you eat the strawberries and you really enjoy them, or you really enjoy the eggs that you have for breakfast with mushrooms or spinach or tomato, broiled tomato, or whatever it is that you've decided to prepare for yourself, savoring those moments is so special. And it's funny, your whole eating changes. So I encourage you to do that. The other thing about having little notes that you write down is if you put them on sticky notes, put them on your mirror, put them on the refrigerator, put them on the microwave, put them in the car, put them wherever it is where you might be tempted, so that you're not tempted to stick with it and, to stay and stick with what it is that you're trying to achieve here, which is staying on the diet. Really quickly, you're going to commit to stick with it. You're going to remember that every little thing adds up to a big outcome. You're going to remove temptation foods, snacks, and beverages from the house. You're going to print a calendar and schedule out time when you're going to meal prep, grocery shop, eat your meals, and do your walk. And actually, the little morning and evening message from him, you need to schedule that too, and you need to schedule your weekly lecture from him. And he does say, listen to it once with nothing going, and then if you want to listen to it on your walk or something like that, you can do that again, and he recommends it, and I do too. It really does help. Write down the things that you hear him say, put notes on your mirror, take time to acknowledge your wins and your achievements. And I think that's it for me for today, for before you start. And I am just so excited. I know you're excited. If you have any questions for me, put them down below. Just take a deep breath, take it in. It's a big day. It's going to be a wonderful program for you. And I am here for it. I am here for you. I believe in you. If I can do it, I might look normal. I might look like I've got it together, but let me tell you what, I was falling to pieces. My health was really poor. I was rapidly speeding toward an obese weight. And if I can do it, you can do it. And so don't just look at appearance or think that I might sound like I have my act together. I'm here to tell you that if I can do it, you can do it. And I believe in you. And so I'm so glad you're here. If you found me, I hope you'll subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one.